What is happening with Tory Lanez in prison? In December 2022, a jury in Los Angeles convicted Canadian rapper Tory Lanez guilty of 3 felony charges in connection with the shooting of hip-hop singer Megan Thee Stallion in the year 2020. The incident left Megan with significant injuries, including gunshot fragments in both of her feet. The rapper, who is 30 years old and hails from Brampton, Ontario, was found guilty of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, possessing a loaded and unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with extreme incompetence after the jury, which consisted of 7 women and 5 men, adjudicated for 1 day before reaching their verdict. The charges may land the defendant in jail for a maximum of 22 years. During the reading of the decision, Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, did not seem to have any emotion at all. During his time in the courtroom, he was restrained with handcuffs. After the members of the jury had left the courtroom, Sunstar Peterson, Lanez's father, sprang to his feet and started yelling. As officers moved in closer to arrest him, he said, "This corrupt system stands condemned before God Almighty." After that, he exclaimed while pointing at the 2 prosecutors who were involved in the case, "Both of you are vile, depraved individuals. You are well aware of what you have done." But what's happening with the artist in prison? Let's go through the entire situation. Mr. Lanez was found guilty on 3 charges of felony gun use: assault with a semi-automatic pistol, bringing a loaded, unregistered weapon in a vehicle, and firing a firearm with gross carelessness. All 3 counts carry a maximum sentence of life in prison. He might be deported and sentenced to more than 20 years in jail for his crime. Following a trial that lasted for about 2 weeks, the jury deliberated for around 7 hours over the course of 2 days before reaching a decision. After serving some time under house arrest before the trial, Mr. Lanez was released on bail and allowed to go free during the proceedings. Nevertheless, he was promptly brought into jail. The date of the sentencing was set for January 27. Megan Thee Stallion did not show up to the court hearing. Mr. Lanez seemed immobile and gazed straight ahead while the judgment was being read until his father came up and started yelling at the judge and the prosecution. As bailiffs sought to obstruct his route, he rebuked them by saying, "God will judge you." Megan Thee Stallion's attorney, Alex Spiro, issued the following statement in response to the verdict. "The jury got it right. I am grateful that Meg was able to get her due. The case was studied intently for its renowned protagonists and for what it indicated about the recent judgment of claimed abuse by known men like Johnny Depp and Harvey Weinstein in court and the public eye. In addition to serving as a heavy referendum on the treatment of black women in hip-hop and beyond, the case played out like a tawdry tabloid tale. Mr. Lanez's star has risen since the incident, despite the fact that he was not already well known. He has received both overt and covert endorsements from notable figures in the hip-hop community, including popular blogs, popular social media accounts, and rappers turned to talking heads like 50 Cent and Joe Budden. Mr. Lanez's defense team mentioned Megan Thee Stallion's friend, who was also engaged in the dispute on the way home from the party at the house of the reality star and beauty heiress Kylie Jenner, as a potential second shooter. This action was taken to raise a reasonable doubt about the prosecution's argument that Mr. Lanez acted alone in the shooting. Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan Pete, gave testimony during the court hearing that during the summer of 2020 in the Hollywood Hills, Lanez fired a handgun at the back of her feet and yelled for her to start dancing as she tried to walk away from an SUV in which the couple had been riding together. She said that the 2 had engaged in an argument that quickly escalated when she started criticizing the musician's work. In order to remove the gunshot pieces from her foot, she required surgery. Alex Spiro, Megan's attorney, said that the verdict reached by the jury was correct. "I give thanks that Meg will get her due," you can say. Outside of court, the lawyers for Lanez could not be located for a remark. They did not immediately respond to emails that were addressed to them and to the prosecutors asking for their comments on the decision. The shooting sparked a firestorm of cultural issues and debates. many of which reached their zenith during the trial. These debates and issues included the reluctance of black victims to speak to the police, the protection of black women, gender politics in hip-hop, and the toxic environment that can be found online. The 30-year-old man was found guilty after discussions of harassment with a semi-automatic pistol, having a loaded and unlicensed firearm in a vehicle, and firing a firearm with gross carelessness. All 3 charges were related to the same incident. TMZ reports that the Canadian rapper may potentially be sentenced to more than 22 years in jail. The same thing will be established at his sentence on January 27. In addition to this, they said that the singer's attorneys had been in communication with immigration authorities prior to the announcement of the judgment. They were informed that there is a possibility that he may be deported from the country. After deliberating for a total of 7 hours, the jury finally came to a decision. Following the dissemination of this information, Lanez was promptly hauled into arrest. Not only did the recording of Tory's phone conversation with Kelsey Harris while he was in prison become public on the internet, but there is also a lot of additional information that the general public was previously unaware of. She is a former friend of Megan's and the witness who testified back in September. During her testimony, she described in great detail how Lanez shot Megan 5 times. The most recent piece of evidence, which came after the prison call or graphic images of Kelsey Harris's injuries, as well as photographs of other evidence that was utilized in the case, was shown in court during the trial. Photos of bullet casings found at the site of the incident were also shared online, with images of blood on the foot. The surveillance video from the neighbor's home featured footage from an LAPD body camera as well. During the time when Kelsey was playing games and choosing a team to support until the completion of the trial, footage from the incident was shown on the screen. She too vocally and physically involved herself to a significant degree in the case. Kelsey had several bruises on her thighs, knees, and shins, as can be seen in the photographs that were taken of her after the incident that took place with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. The photographs revealed the colors black and blue on Kelsey's extremities. This can only have happened as a result of the fight that took place earlier that evening, but there's more to it than that. These photographs just could not be tossed out the window, and the jury simply could not have been in a position to downplay the significance of the evidence presented to them. That's all for today's video, guys. If you like our content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, share, and hit the notification bell to get the latest news from us. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.